Hello, children. Welcome to Diksha online classes. Today, in mathematics class, we start a new topic which is vector algebra. So, lecture 1 vector algebra. Vector algebra, I hope in the first year you might have studied the basics in the physics classes also. So, but in this mathematics class also, we start from the basic only. To start with, first we go for the definition of a vector, scalar, examples, and the properties of the vectors, representation, etc. So, the concepts of this one: definition of a scalar, vector, types, algebra of vectors, properties, position of vector, collinearity, etc. Okay, today's lecture we are going to study about definition of vector, scalar, and types of vectors, and algebra of vectors if it is possible. Okay, first one, what is meant by a scalar? We know that a physical quantity which has only the magnitude is defined to be a scalar. Example: mass, length, time, temperature, etc. You know, this is a quantity defined by its magnitude. A time has got units, length has got units, but each quantity doesn't have any direction. Not so the direction not specified here. So, and this quantity is called a scalar. So, a physical quantity which has only the magnitude is called a scalar. Is called a scalar. Coming to the second is a vector, means a physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction. That means a vector has been defined by a physical quantity in a particular direction, which has both magnitude and direction, is called a vector. Example: velocity, acceleration, force, weight, etc. Another example: if a person covered 5 kilometers due east, is a vector as the direction is fixed. So, since we are fixing the direction towards east, the direction is fixed starting from origin, let us say that. So, this is a vector quantity. That's how we define a vector. Hope you understood. A physical quantity which has got only magnitude is called a scalar, and a physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction is called a vector. Then let's come to the situation where how do you represent a vector geometrically? Okay, representation of a vector. A vector can be represented in two different ways. One is geometrical, another one is analytical representation. First, we will see geometrical representation. A vector is represented by a directed line segment. Directed line segment. This is important one. Directed line segment means a segment which has got a direction starting from one point to another point. Here is the starting point and this is the terminal point of this vector in the direction from A to B. It has been directed like this one, written it like this one. So AB bar, either you write like this or you write like this. No issue. And A is called the initial point and B is called the terminal point. A is the initial point A and terminal point B. Okay, A to B. This is a vector starting from A to B, and sometimes these vectors can also be represented by the small letters like A bar, comma B bar, etc. like that. So a vector can also be represented by a small letters like A bar, B bar, etc. And the length of this line segment starting from A to the point B, the length of this line segment is called the magnitude of this vector. The direction is from A to B, and the magnitude is the length of the line segment, denoted by either just AB or within the modulus we write down modulus of AB bar, direction of the vector. Okay, this is how a vector is represented geometrically. Overall, the summary is nothing but geometrically a vector is represented by a directed line segment. And length of the line segment is the magnitude, and A is called initial point, B is called the terminal point, and it is a vector in the direction from A to B. Coming to another kind of representation of a vector. This is called analytical representation. A vector analytically represented by an ordered triad of three real numbers. An ordered triad of three real numbers is also called a vector quantity. As an example, a1, a2, a3 represents a vector where a1, a2, a3 are called the components of the vector. They are called components of the vector. Here, the magnitude of the vector, this vector, is nothing but actually under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus a3 square. And this is a vector denoted as like a bar is equals to a1 comma a2 comma a3, whose magnitude is modulus of a bar is equals to under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus a3 square. This is how a vector analytically be represented as an ordered triad of three real numbers. Okay. Coming to the next types of the vectors. Null vector. Know the meaning of this itself. A vector whose magnitude is 0. Whose magnitude of the vector is 0 is called the null vector, or a vector whose initial point and terminal point coincide is called the vector. A vector whose initial point and terminal point coincide is called the null vector or zero vector, denoted by O bar. Notation important. And vectors of the type A bar, B bar are representing the zero vectors. The magnitude of the zero vector is 0. The magnitude of this vector is 0. Okay, in any direction. That's called the null vector means. So, magnitude is 0, that is called null vector or zero vector. Next, unit vector. The name itself says that when the magnitude of any vector is unity, that vector is said to be unit vector. In a specific direction, the magnitude is unity, that is said to be called unit vector, and whose magnitude is equals to 1. Modulus of, if A bar is a unit vector, then modulus of A bar is equals to 1. And a unit vector along A bar generally denoted by A cap. Generally denoted by A cap. And remember that a unit vector whose magnitude is unity is called a unit vector, And if a bar is a unit vector, modulus of a is equals to 1 and is denoted by a cap. And a unit vector in the direction of a bar is written it as a cap is equals to a bar by modulus of a. Any vector divided by its modulus gives us a unit vector in the same direction. But if you divide by modulus of a and take up minus sign, you get a unit vector along a but opposite direction of a bar. Unit vector in the direction opposite to a bar is nothing but minus of a bar by modulus of a. Overall, I say that any general vector is written it as the magnitude of that vector multiplied by unit vector in that direction. Unit vector in that direction. And let's proceed to the next concept, vectors equality. Vectors equality. When can you say that the two vectors are equal? I would say the vectors are identical. Identical. In the sense, they must have the same magnitude in the same direction. So, two vectors A and B are said to be equal. Two vectors A and B are said to be equal if they are having the same magnitude in the same direction. They have the same magnitude and direction irrespective of their initial and final points. So they must have the same magnitude and in the same direction. That is written as A bar is equals to B bar. A bar is equals to B bar. This is a diagrammatic representation. One A bar and one B bar, they are of a same magnitude but in the same direction. Coming to co-initial vectors, other kind of the vectors. So the name itself says that one, co-initial means same initial point. Two or more vectors starting at the same point having the same initial point are said to be co-initial vectors. Two or more vectors are said to be co-initial vectors if they are of the same, if they have the same initial point. Example, a B bar, a C bar, a D bar, a E bar are defined to be the co-initial vectors, all the vectors having the same initial point A. Therefore, they are called co-initial vectors. So diagrammatically, you can see clearly that all of them are starting from A B bar, a C bar, a D bar and a E bar are nothing but the co-initial vectors. Let's proceed to the next concept. What is meant by a negative of vector? Negative vector means a vector whose magnitude is the same as that of the given vector but in opposite in direction. So, and a vector whose magnitude is same as that of the given vector but in opposite in direction, but direction is opposite to that of it, is called negative vector. For example, BA bar is a vector which is a negative vector to AB bar. AB bar is in the direction from A to B. But BA bar is a vector have the same magnitude but opposite in direction. But that can also be written as BA bar is equals to minus of AB bar. But the magnitudes, both of them are same. The modulus of AB is equals to modulus of BA. Modulus of BA. That's about negative vector. Hope is clear. Coming to the next, addition of vectors. Addition of vectors. How do we add the two vectors? How do we add the two vectors? And this one, is also called triangle law of addition of vectors. How do you describe it? Let us see. If I consider a bar comma b bar are any two vectors, if a bar b bar are any two vectors such that a bar is from a to b and b bar is from b to c. Here the direction a bar is from a to b and b bar is from b to c, then their resultant or sum is denoted by a plus b vector. A plus b vector starting from initial point of initial vector to the terminal point of the terminal second vector. So a to c. It is a vector from a to c. So therefore, if a bar is in this direction, a to b, and b bar is a vector from b to c, then the resultant is from a to c. That is a plus b. I'm writing. So this is a c vector. So AC is nothing but a plus b, which is AB plus BC. Clearly can see that terminal point and initial point of the second vector, remove it, will be getting A to C. This is since they are representing, if A comma B representing the two sides of a triangle, the third side taken in the reverse order, reverse direction, represents the third side of the triangle. Therefore, this law of addition of vectors is defined to be triangle law of addition of vectors. Triangle law of addition of vectors. Hope it's clear. This is important one. You need to revise carefully. You need to understand very carefully. This is simple, very easy, but still it is important. You need to, because the next further all the majority of all the concepts are based on the addition of vectors. You'll be getting it. Next, parallelogram law of vectors. What is meant by parallelogram law of addition of vectors? This is also a kind of addition of the vectors. Suppose a bar, b bar are any two vectors which are co-initial. OA bar is equals to a bar and OB bar is equals to b bar are the two vectors. OA bar is a bar, OB bar is equals to b bar are any two vectors, then their sum or the resultant of these two vectors is a vector a plus b along the parallelogram. A bar plus b bar is a vector along the diagonal of the parallelogram with a comma b as adjacent sides. I repeat once again, if a bar b bar represents the two sides of a parallelogram, two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then their resultant is a vector along the diagonal passing through their point of intersection. That is a plus b. That is called resultant or the sum. And since these are representing along the sides of the parallelogram, it is also called parallelogram law of addition of vectors. OC is equals to OA plus OB, which is nothing but a plus b. Hope it's clear. This is called parallelogram law of addition of vectors. Coming to examples. Example 1. In a triangle ABC, which of the following is not true? Which of the following is not true? Let us see that. The first one, AB plus BC plus CA. AB. That means AB means A to B. B cancel it. You'll be getting A to C. And then A to C, this is AC plus CA. A to C plus CA is nothing but AA, and this is the null vector. So therefore AB plus BC plus CA is nothing but the null vector, therefore it is true. Let me consider AB plus BC is nothing but AC vector minus AC vector. That is equal to null vector, this is also true. And AB plus BC is nothing but AC vector minus of CA can be reverse the the direction will be getting plus AC. But that is not a null vector. So this is false. And AB minus CB, this can be written as AB reversing the direction. CB is a negative of the BC vector, so I can say BC plus CA. Therefore, AB plus BC is nothing but AC vector plus CA vector. The result in AA vector, which is the null vector. And therefore, I say that this is also true. So the only one option which is not true is the third one. So in a triangle, which of them following is not true means it is a C option. Okay, coming to the C is false. The rest of things are true. Coming to, these are the concepts. I hope this lecture, this are an example. So what we learned today is about the definition of a scalar, a vector, scalar, vector, and examples, laws of vectors, types of the vectors, algebra of the vectors. These are the points which we learned today. Hope you understood all the concepts. So go through once again all these points slowly and work out the homework which is given here. Take your time and then try to understand each of the problem and get back the solutions of the homework and work out them. It's a simple, I will just describing about this one. Represent graphically the displacement of 40 kilometers 30 degrees east of north. I think it is just direction in a particular way, north, east, west, south. Take up and then represent it as certain directed line segment. Classify the following measures as scalars and vectors. Vector, which is a physical quantity specifying in a direction with a magnitude, is called a vector. If it is specified by magnitude alone, is nothing but a scalar. Classify the following scalar and vectors. The same thing, a physical quantity having both magnitude and direction is a vector, otherwise it is a scalar. Okay, rest of things you work out. Hope you understood the care about this vectors. This is a starting point. So when we meet in the next lecture, better you just go through once again and come back to the second video so that you would understand carefully about the vectors. I hope you could understand. Okay, I conclude this lecture today. We meet in the next lecture. Thank you.